We were all completely shocked when Metroid Prime 4 was announced during Nintendo's E3 presentation, and then double shocked when Metroid Samus Returns was revealed for the 3DS. We've got the game here now, and Daniel is here to tell us about it. Daniel?
No, that's it. Yeah,
Yeah, that's all. I'm just vaguely, tiny a bit excited. 2 Metroid games announced in one day after just what felt like forever of not the Metroids that I wanted, but now they're all here at the same time. Everyone has to be happy about this.
Yes.
We've got the 2DS one, the 3DS one, 2DS one, wherever you want to play it.
Yeah, everyone's just
we're playing it right now.
Yeah, we were playing it right now. Yeah,
this is happening.
Sure. Yeah, it's happening.
There's a new 2D Metroid game happening.
It's based on the old Game Boy game that came out before, so we're really excited to show that off for the first time. Yeah, the 3D visual, you can play it in 2D, play in 3D as well, but the 3D it really makes it pop. It's
right.
It doesn't. It adds that layer of depth, so it just makes it feel really eerie and just makes you feel like you're part of it. Here's Samus arriving.
This was hands down one of the biggest surprises of E3. One of my personal favorite moments, probably in Nintendo E3 history.
Oh wow!
To see this again. And no, here's the thing. Here's the history with this game with me personally. I grew up on Metroid games. I had the NES version. I had the Game Boy version. The Game Boy version I played on the original Game Boy in murky green colors.
I have that one, yeah.
With 2 buttons. It had no map, and I still found every Metroid in that game and completed it. Did everything I could. That's back now. That is this game you would never be able to tell because there's so many new things that it seems have been added here, right?
Yeah, the graphics itself, it's all been redone, brought up, so it looks brand new, and there's even a lot of cool new moves that Samus has available to her as well. So yeah, all those things that people used to seeing. There's the classic going from the shooting a normal beam, going to the missiles. And right there, this is a cool thing now. When you aim, you actually can aim in 300, instead of just having to aim front, up, down.
Front, up, down,
yeah. You can now do 360 degree. And even when you're actually starting to target enemies, we'll get to that a little bit later on, you actually can see it light up red when it's actually targeting the right enemy, so you actually can know when you're targeted properly.
We didn't even have that color on the Game Boy.
No, you do not.
These kids today, they have no idea how good they have it.
Oh,
unbelievable.
No. It's always interesting playing with my nieces and nephews who've never played. Like, oh, they play Super Mario 8-bit or like this old Metroid. Like, this game's hard. I'm like, yes.
Yeah.
That's all I had. So that's all I played endlessly.
Yeah, and we got good at it. Now we see the map down here at the bottom, which we're slowly uncovering.
Yeah, that's always
which I love. Very classic Metroid. Will there be a sort of percentage to this map? I know that's one of like Metroid fans' favorite things to do.
Percentage. We haven't really talked in detail yet, so we'll have to stay tuned for that one. But yes, no, it's always great seeing that the map is undescribed. So you can always say, where do you still need to go? What's left? You even put markers down if you want to as well to mark place like a certain doors you couldn't open, so you can come back in the past as well.
Now, it's interesting to announce a brand new 3DS game after launching the Switch, but specifically for a very long time, we've said we want Metroid on a dual screen system because I think it really works in that favor. And it looks like we've got some touchscreen stuff too.
Yeah, so a second ago, Sarah was doing a moment ago, which we'll actually do it again in a minute. She doesn't die from that one. So yeah, she shows the touchscreen there. She brings up there. She can now like actually add markers to different points on the map by simply dragging and dropping. If you want like mark certain doors or locations that you want to come back, different colors as well.
And she's actually playing this live right now.
Yes, she is playing this live.
So I didn't know this game existed, and now it's within feet from me, and someone's playing it.
But you can't have it.
But I can't have it.
You can't have it.
Oh my God, it's such a tough world. So now one of the big things about that game was sort of finding every Metroid. It was kind of a countdown or a count up to find them all in the game. Is that sort of the main hook here?
The story's the same. Yeah, the story's the same. You're basically being sent to this planet SR3888, and you're basically trying to deal with what's going on there, which are these Metroids that are basically sucking the life force out of any living creature. So that was I think she's pulled off the counter. The melee counter.
Which is definitely brand new.
That's definitely brand new. So when you have enemies coming at you, you have the ability now to do this melee counter. So right there where it swings. And if you time it right, if you do the melee counter properly and then shoot right away, you get a critical hit.
It feels like it's taking some of the sort of combat cues from at least some of the more over-the-top sections in Other M. Like, I really liked when that game did a lot of the sort of snap, zoom, flip around, you know, just crazy ninja stuff. And now we're seeing it here, which is really interesting to see in a 2D Metroid game. We've never seen anything really that dynamic before.
No, it definitely changed it up a lot, and that's seeing how that affects everything as well. Ooh, see how she's doing.
And now, obviously, new enemies have been added to this game, new bosses, new sort of bigger, I would say, enemy encounters that we got to see in the trailer. I hope we'll get to see some today too.
You will get to see, yeah, we'll see some. I'm looking a little bit of it as well, yeah. So it's definitely a chance to experience that, and they're still based on the original enemies that existed, so it's not like it's a whole new thing, but yeah, they take those enemies, that idea, and just up the ante a bit, so it's something more interesting to take on.
And that was very Metroid Prime right there.
Yeah.
Just plugging in, updating your stuff.
That was a save point.
Yeah, that's awesome. So we've got Sarah from Treehouse in the back playing right now.
Yes.
This is just a phenomenal. This is one of those things where we went from being like, we didn't know this was happening, to here it is, to now someone's actually playing.
Like right here's where you first get to see a Metroid. Oh no, actually, sorry, this is that where you to
it's a Chozo statue, right?
Yep, that's right. Man, look at you knowing all these terminology.
Metroid, man. And it looks like that Chozo's got little funny boots on this time. I really like the design. You know, it gets cold out there. So
now Morph Ball.
Always the best part.
Yes,
I always love that.
The music's my favorite part, though. I always love that music.
Well, because this is what changes Metroid, and for people who are sort of uninitiated, this is not just a run-and-gun 2D platforming game. When the Morph Ball stuff comes into play, we get puzzle elements, we get traversal that you can't find in pretty much any other game. It changes things. So now we've got missile tags.
You go back. You have to back. You can. This is the thing too: is exploring, noting, and remembering things you can go back to get the energy tanks, the missiles to increase your missile allotment. Pathways, right? Different paths you couldn't go through before, like right now here.
Yeah, and that's why the reason I brought up the sort of map completion rate thing is because I think what a lot of Metroid fans tend to do is 100% these games, and that doesn't mean they try to. It's tough, and it doesn't just mean like find every sort of nook and cranny, but it's also every upgrade, every power up, finding missile expansions keep you going. So. And what do we have here?
So yeah, this is a mysterious statue. Not sure what's going on here. Part of the whole thing you're trying to figure out the mystery of. We'll actually be coming back to this area. Essentially, because if you go in here, there's this purple water. If you fall in the water, which we'll let Sarah fall on purpose, she just starts dying. Hopefully, I hope I didn't kill her by accident. I think I might have killed her. I think I killed her.
Well, now we know what it looks like to die in the new 2D Metroid game. That's good. It's unsightly. I feel horrible for her. She explodes.
I did have her killing. Oh, she's right. She's right.
Okay,
she got
we're back.
She got back to where her last part was. If she had that. Sorry about that.
Look, let's be honest. It's going to happen to people. It's going to happen to me. It's going to happen to you. So now they know what to expect.
Mm-hmm. No, that happens in that game for sure, and that's part of the challenge and the joy of playing this kind of game.
There's one guy in the comments. He's like, it's not going to happen to me.
There's always someone who thinks they hear everything perfectly.
This game.
I mean,
there might be.
They do. People start doing the speed runs, those completionists, all those things that go on with this as well.
I really like the character model of Samus in this game because it really reminds me of sort of a lot of the concept art around the original Metroid, around Zero Mission.
Yes.
It's that kind of like lankier, leaner. Like the Prime one felt more armored up, more stacked out for battle. But this is that sort of very kind of like lean, ready to fight.
Very similar to the amiibo for Smash Brothers.
Yes.
And actually, there's even a new amiibo for this one as well.
Which I adore immediately.
There's two of them.
The two amiibo. One of them looks like the sort of box art from the original Game Boy game.
Like on her knees, like
on her knees, sort of a weapon up in the air.
Yeah.
And the other is an actual Metroid bursting out of its containment cell, and it's squishy.
Yes. I know. I was here earlier when you guys were talking about that, and your whole when you were watching, and your whole crowd over here erupted, going, "Oh, it's squishy!"
Yeah, we're such children here. No, because I really like the idea that we don't really. There's no definition per se of what an amiibo can be. It can be woolly. It can be tall. It can be, it can be articulate, or it can be a statue, or it can be squishy.
Yep. Oh, what's cool here? This is something new to the game right here. Is the Aeon abilities, which is a scan pulse, which is actually something you can use now, which is new to the game. You have to gain Aeon energy, which are the yellow pellets, when you're defeating those yellow pellets. And by using a scan pulse, and there's the yellow meter appearing there, the scan pulse will actually help you locate things you might not be able to see properly. So right now, there's the Aeon abilities. There's several you will earn in the game. We're going to show just the one here. So this is new to the game. So right now, there's nowhere to go in this room right now, so you don't know where to go. But by using the Aeon ability, you all of a sudden locate those actually are breakable up there.
That's awesome. Area. So that's like a much smarter method than the way I used to play Metroid games, which is basically just keep shooting every wall and hoping for the best.
I've done that 1,000 times.
Which I guess you can. Can you still do that if you want that option?
You can, but I think you need the ability helps a lot. So and this is the introduction of the Metroid.
Oh man.
They look so cute and cuddly, but they really aren't.
They really do. Like, I just really want like a big, like, just nice pillow to hold of one of those, but then they're also terrifying and dangerous.
Yes, they basically suck your life force.
So we saw that sort of interact with an enemy in the wild to change its properties and make it evil, or did it just straight up kill it?
It just straight up killed that one.
Oh, good, okay.
That one just straight up killed. But yeah, you were showing the trail, I mean, even that we showed before, like, there are something that will just take over and make it something different, which we're going to fight here in a second. Hopefully, you can hear the music changing, get a little more intense. See how Sarah does here. Whoop. Yeah, she's how the like that aiming is turning red.
Right.
That's basically meaning that she's able to properly target the enemy.
Yeah, no, this is awesome. And it seems like it's just moving in general, the sort of combat, the movement of this character. There's a lot more locomotion to her than we ever saw on the Game Boy or the NES, really, or even really like something like Super Metroid. I mean, this is really the evolution of the 2D Metroid franchise that I think we really wanted for a long time.
And it's great seeing it back too. And people who haven't played these games before, it's a great way to experience for the first time if they never have before, which is something I haven't played these games in so long. I'm really excited to get a chance to come back and revisit these games.
Oh yeah, I mean, I never ever need an excuse to marathon through all the 2D or 3D Metroid games again, but I will gladly take one in the shape of a new Metroid game. I cannot believe you guys announced 2 new Metroid games in one day. This is fantastic.
Yes, and hopefully we're getting really close to that Metroid enemy right there right now. So we'll see where it goes. I think she's close. Yeah, she's close. Here it is.
Yeah, if you don't tell her to jump in the purple ooze again.
Yeah, I kind of did that to her, so sorry about that. Here she is, yeah.
Uh-oh. Wow. So now we've got sort of this boss encounter type thing.
This is one of those things you gotta take out. So it's kind of shooting down bombs on her. Using the melee counter, and then using missiles as best they can to try to take it out. Oh wow, Sarah did that really well.
Yeah, you're really good at this game.
It takes a couple passes to do that, but Sarah's really good at this game.
That's something we've definitely seen this drastically different, is this sort of defense mechanism in a 2D Metroid game.
The melee counter?
Yeah.
Yeah, the melee counter really adds an element to it that wasn't there before, and just adds to her arsenal, like the Aeon abilities, and yeah, just building up from there.
Which is awesome. It adds this very dynamic sort of timed situation to it where you kind of have to be badass and nail it.
Yes. So we're getting close to the end of the demo now right here that we're going to be able to show you here today. She's getting back, she's basically, right now, Sarah's basically heading back to where she started. Whoop.
Which is such an important part of Metroid games.
But she did get this first, though.
There we go.
The charge beam.
Awesome.
Everyone wants the charge beam.
Oh, can't we just keep playing this? I just want to keep playing this. This is so cool. Okay, so yeah, when we saw on the bottom screen down there, all of the tech is starting to get decked out.
Yeah, you start getting the deck, and you actually can start seeing all the weapons get added as you keep going further in the game and start seeing.
And we got an energy tank.
Yes, those are important.
Yeah, I love that noise. It's been that noise since like 30-something years.
I remember spending hours trying to find every energy tank because I needed them. Or I remember going back using, but I needed to find back when I was a kid, Nintendo Power.
Yeah, Nintendo Power.
See the map, like there's one.
I would call up the hotline and be like, "Where are the tanks?" And they would cost like $40.
And they would stay on the phone with you the whole time. They would walk you through the whole thing.
Yep.
But yes.
Yeah, this is awesome. So we're getting close to the end of the
we're about to get there.
here.
So you can see that blinking circle point on the lower map?
Yep.
That's basically where Sarah's trying to get to right now.
But we got pretty decked out. Like, we got some cool stuff just in this short demo. And like I said, it just moves so quickly. Like, everything has just such a wonderful speed and kinetic energy.
And it feels that way too when you get a chance to play. I know you're not gonna have a chance to play yourself. Oh, maybe. Hopefully you can get over to the booth. Maybe we can get you a chance for. I think media might be able to check it. Oh no, actually, nope, we're not. Sorry. This is your one time to see it.
How dare you?
I'm just taunting you for fun.
Oh, you just dangle that in front of me and take it away. Okay, well, in the meantime, I did get a look at it today. I can't get too greedy because I went from not thinking that I'd ever get another 2D Metroid this morning to now seeing one being played in front of me.
And here you go.
Super excited for this game. We're going to bring out Sarah real quick, who's been playing all of our demos all week, powering all our Treehouse Nintendo demos. Thank you so much. This is fantastic. Thank you so much. You are really good at this game, except for when Daniel tells you to jump in the purple goop and die. So thank you so much.
But it's coming out September 15th, too.
September 15th.
Yes.
We will be right back after this in just a minute. Remember, there's a video for this game on 3DS right now you can go check out. And stay with us. We've got plenty more to come.